Welcome back, Truth to a T. Please subscribe and share this video and leave a comment down below. Check the video description for valuable discount links. Hi, so apologies for this weird camera angle. I'm actually on my way from, I'm in Augusta, Georgia right now. I'm heading to Chattanooga, Tennessee. I'm going to Chattanooga Charge, which is a Tesla event where there's many events around the country every year for Tesla enthusiasts and a lot of stuff going on. But anyway, that's not what this video is about today. There are a lot of people on YouTube talking about the fact that the market's going to crash, the market's not going to crash, the world's going to end. No, it's not. We're going to go into an economic boom. And guess what? All I know is what I know, which is nothing. And you can go away now. You don't need to watch any more of this video. I'm just kidding. I'll tell you what I do know. I do know that I have been on this earth long enough to understand that there are definitely cycles. And we have been in a very positive upside cycle, if you will, for a long time. If you think about the crash of '08, obviously that was a bad crash. A lot of people lost jobs. A lot of businesses were lost. A lot of real estate was lost. And that's a long time ago. It's, 17 years, 18 years? So let's just round things up here. For 20 years, we have been living in a pretty good place, pretty good economy. We had bumps in the road here and there and bumps in certain sectors here and there. But for the most part, we've been living high on the hog. Now, this video is not meant to be depressing or negative. But the thing you learn when you're on this earth as long as I am, is that things change, and they can change really fast. And it's okay for you to be prepared. Now, I remember when I was in 2008, things got bad. 2009, they were still bad. 2010, it kind of started to get a little better. But I had actually opened a business in 2010, and I was in the restaurant business, still am. And we were at the bottom. We were doing dollar PBRs, Pabst Blue Ribbons, and we were trying to have all these really crazy low-end specials. Fast forward to today, those same restaurants, my restaurant in that particular location is gone, but the restaurants in that area now, they're getting $20 for a high-end cocktail. People don't care, though it is starting to slow. You can see the cracks. Now again, I'm not predicting a crash. I don't know what's going to happen. If I did, I wouldn't be on YouTube. I'd be on a multi-gazillion-dollar yacht somewhere in the middle of some fantastic place. But there's no question about it that from 2008 till now, things have skyrocketed. It's very easy to go back to 2019. This is what people forget. And I think about this all the time. And I don't know anybody else that's talking about this. In 2019, in real estate, in restaurants, in all the businesses that I'm familiar with, we were talking about the fact that this cannot continue. We are in a bubble. It was getting very hard to find staff. Wages were going up. Real estate was going up. Cost of living was going up. Not food-related cost of living, but things were expensive. And interest rates were pretty low. I remember at that time you could get an interest rate on a mortgage of 3.5%. It was really low. Then when it was about to, I believe it was about to have a correction. I won't call it a crash, but we were about to have a correction then. And all of a sudden, came in 2020, and all of a sudden these that were, municipalities that were just overextended financially, all of a sudden there was this big, huge, one of the biggest bailouts in history, and everybody got money. Corporations got money, people got money, you name it. The government got enormous amounts of money. Your local police department, your local fire department, your local public department, your local highway department, your local parks department, it doesn't matter. Go down the list. Everybody got money. Nobody can deny that didn't happen. And people at bottom, of course, as usual, didn't get enough money. But there was this huge influx of cash into the system. And then, not alone were things already peaked, then everything went insane out of that. Like property, got everything skyrocketed. We know this. I'm not going to go around and around. We know that. And it does feel right now like we are at the end of that. That money has been spent, and much of that money was spent on new divisions in the government, new divisions in business, new divisions, new technology in cars, because everybody had money. They wanted nicer things. And we are rapidly running out of money. So what I'm telling you here is the only way you can get through this is to prepare. And the best way to prepare is to have very, very less. Try your best to get out of debt. I'm not a fan of car payments. I'm not a fan of any payments, frankly. But if you have a car payment, if you have debt, do your best to get out of it. And but or not, if you have a car payment where you're underwater, there's okay to lose a little money because you don't lose a lot of money down the road. So you need to prepare for this downturn. It comes. And guess what? If you're wrong, and if it doesn't come, you're in a great position if things start to go back up again. But I'm telling you right now, I've been in business a long time. And I know I do videos on buying Tesla stock and other companies, but just so you know, those videos are long term. I do have a MAD account. Everybody knows that I trade things, but I've only got a small amount of money in there, and if market crashes tomorrow, I don't lose a lot in there. I could lose money, but not a lot. I'm still flush in other areas. And I have zero debt, actually. Tiny debt on income properties, but I have no mortgage. I have, no car payments, no credit card. I have a monthly revolving credit card, but no debt there. The max I ever have on that is a couple of grand. And I'm telling you to do the same thing. Like, get out of debt. There is enormous amounts of credit card debt. Auto loan debt just surpassed college loan debt. Try to get your head around that. We have something like $1.6 billion in auto loan debt. How in the world do we have $1.6 billion in auto loan debt? That's just insane to me. It makes absolutely no sense. Now, also we have this, I call it this buy now, pay later thing, which is going on. Now, some are saying that the average debt I know, buy now loans, if you call them that, is something like $100 or $200. And the average credit card debt is $7,000. There's, that's the fact of the matter is, if you're buying an item for, $60, or if you're door dashing and you're paying for that on buy now, pay later, you're brokered and broke. I don't see who has the money to pay for such small purchases. I don't see why they would pay that. Now, there are into debt to get profits elsewhere. If you, for instance, if you have a loan, if you just for examples, let's say you have money you can borrow in one place at 3%, and you can put it over in somewhere else and make 5% on it. Yeah, people do that. Still gambling, by the way. Don't kid yourself. That's why I don't believe in that stuff. But people have done it, and they've done it successfully. But the fact of the matter is, debt is really bad. I don't sound like Dave Ramsey, but you have to listen to those guys. And as a businessman, I am not investing in many things now. I'm investing in companies like Tesla. But if Tesla goes to $50 a share, I'm in a position where I can sit on it until it gets through this nasty period. Some companies will go out of business. Builders will go out of business. Many companies will go out of business if we get a crash, especially a substantial crash or a downturn. There are people talking about depression. I don't know about that. I'm not saying it couldn't happen. I hope not, because we're all screwed, rich and poor. I mean, people fare better, but they always fare better. But it would be really, really devastating for that to happen. And it's hard to prepare for that, period. But I am not investing in any major improvements on any of my properties. We're certainly not. Came to me yesterday with a proposal for a restaurant. I basically told, away, what's the cross thing? Like, get away from, no restaurants right now. I wouldn't touch a restaurant if you gave it to me for nothing. Because apart from the fact that the economy is on shaky ground, at least in the short term, the restaurant industry, like many industries, is going to experience a huge amount of disruption because of technology. Because of people wanting fresher foods, or these companies, you can order food online and have it shipped to your house, already portion controlled and ease of cooking. So there's a lot of that stuff that's going to also affect the restaurant industry. So just so you know, smart people, some wealth, and who have had some success, and many of them who are older like me, we're not taking any major chances right now. So I know The people who watch this channel are between the ages of 25 and 50 for the most part, maybe 55. And I'm just telling you right now, if you're in that age group and if you have debt, now is a really good time to get out of it. And again, if you do that and if nothing happens, you're still in a great place. Being out of debt anytime is a good idea. But definitely right now, do yourself a favor, get out of debt and be ready for anything.